So I threw it away in the garbage, $20 down the toilet. But the Edgar Allan Poe is still here, and I don't think of it as a spiritually enlightening book, and I haven't been given the intuition to throw it away. So follow your own gut instinct. If you're reading a book and it doesn't resonate with you, pick the book up in your hand and walk around and see where your intuition wants you to put the book. Does it want you to put it back on the bookshelf? Or does it want you to put it in the garbage? Or does it want you to go and stick it in the back seat of your car and donate it to the local library? You need to develop your intuition. The only way you develop your intuition is you start doing things intuitionally. That's another lecture. So, to wrap it all up, non-duality happens at very, very high frequency on the scale of human consciousness. Remember, I told you it is a logarithmic scale. And if you remember logarithms, it means, I can't even remember, so long ago that I took it, but it's not 1 plus 1. No, that's not right. If you go from 1 to 2, 2 is not double 1, it's like a 10 spot higher, a factor of 10 higher. You have to look it up. I can't explain it. Go find some math person to explain logarithm. But it means that someone at high, well, just never mind. Oh, it's too difficult. The whole point is you're in a human body. It's very rare for people to get a human body, despite the fact there's 7 billion of us on this planet. But remember I said how many insects and little tiny fish are there on the planet, and they all, at some point, are going to want an opportunity to become humans so that they can continue to raise their consciousness. That's what it's all about, raising your consciousness so that you can not keep reincarnating on shit show planet Earth, purgatory. You can get to a higher realm where you can continue your studies and not have so much difficulty with your day-to-day life. The next thing I was going to talk about is transhumanism. In other words, what about these ideas of like implanting a computer chip into your brain so you can be direct connected to the internet? Is that a good idea? First glance, I would say, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Your mind is already primed and ready to raise its consciousness. It's already designed, it's already built in to move towards enlightenment. And if you plug yourself into the internet, they're probably going to charge you a lot for the operation, and then they're going to charge you a monthly fee for your internet access. And then they're going to stream a whole pile of Edgar Allan Poe and Netflix and video games directly into your head. And it's not going to be spiritual. How many spiritual movies are on Netflix? Not too many. Not too many. How many spiritual video games are there? Not too many. Not too many. If you're playing World of Warcraft, it's not going to help you in your spiritual, elevating your consciousness. So I would say don't plug yourself in. I mean, it's not readily available today, but if you're watching this 20 years from now, after the time I record it, and you're wondering, should I get the implant so that I can... No, you don't need it. The human physicality is already pre-designed so that you can pursue higher consciousness without having to have implants. It's the perfect thing. It's the perfect thing to pursue higher consciousness with, as it comes, born out of your mother, believe it or not. So, someone says, well, what if, no. At the present point in time, if I had the opportunity, if it was free, if they were going to pay me $1 million, would I do it? No. I don't want them streaming shit into my brain. I don't want their crap, because that's what it is. It's all garbage. Garbage, 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 garbage. And this old-fashioned book, which I can read or I can look at the picture, even just looking at the picture is better than 10,000 hours of Netflix. So, why is that? Because higher consciousness is not about ego, and it is not about learning new things. I mean, you can take 10,000 hours of anything. That's not enlightenment. I said I read a lot of books. Did that help? Yes, you need a lot of books, mostly to discern what is good and what is bad. And, for me starting out, I didn't know. I had to read a lot of stuff, and I'm just naturally a sponge. Reading and reading and reading and watching videos and videos and videos. Eventually I got on the right topics. I mean, a lot of others, things that I don't do anymore. But I am almost at an hour. That is a lot to take in. If you're still here, you've watched an hour of me. Good on you. Some of the other videos that I do on here are comedic, and they might make you laugh. Let me know that they're no good. Dr. Hawkins said that one of the highest forms of intelligence on the planet is comedy. So if you were laughing, it raises your consciousness. It raises your vibration. It really does. So if you want to raise your consciousness, go and see a movie that's going to make you laugh. Are you going to become enlightened? There is such a thing as spontaneous enlightenment. I am no expert on it. Can you become enlightened by watching comedy all the time? I don't think so. Mostly what happens to raise your consciousness is unlearning everything that you've learned so far in your life. Unlearning it. Dr. Hawkins called it, one of his books, letting go. And good God, there is so much stuff to let go of. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So enlightenment is essentially stripping away all your conditioning, all of your ego, getting to your pure soul. So is your pure soul already enlightened before you first incarnated as an insect or something? I don't think so. I think you have to do the work. You've got to go through all these incarnations, raise your frequency, get to the point where you're in a human body, and then pursue enlightenment. You've got to do your homework. Because your aura is what carries your vibration. Does the aura of a mosquito match the aura of a serious spiritual student? No. Sorry. So in essence, you are evolving your soul into higher consciousness, and you have to do the homework yourself, because no one can gift you with this Or can they? Some spiritual teachers or some people who have got city power will do something called shatty pat. And what they might do is they might come and like touch you here, and you might feel something weird happen. Is that enlightenment? I don't think so. I think that at best is something that makes you go, wow, that's like the most weird thing that ever happened to me my whole life, to encourage you to continue to pursue spiritual enlightenment. But I really don't think it can be bestowed on you. You have to do it yourself. Dr. Hawkins said sometimes there are enormous jumps in your personal consciousness vibration. And it's mostly because you worked on it maybe in some past lifetimes. You did some work. Maybe you had a few lifetimes where you didn't do any work, and maybe you slid back now in some of those lifetimes to lower vibrations. But remember, you got to keep what you earned in previous lifetimes. And maybe in this lifetime, you did some more work, and you sloughed off a whole pile of conditioned ego, and you had a huge jump in your personal consciousness. And that could be why they say spontaneous enlightenment sometimes happens, because people have worked at it in previous lifetimes and in this lifetime. Someone wants to know, what if I go to a comedy show and pee my pants or something? It probably means that you've lost bladder control because you're getting to an advanced age. That's all I have for you. Thank you for watching.